Fans are done waiting. They are ready for some football here at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly. Today, a good one in store here. It's the Las Vegas Raiders and the Philadelphia Eagles. Daniel Carlson ready to get us started. And away we go at the link. Xavier Gibson now to return. This manages to get just beyond that 30-yard line. So here come the Eagles for their opening drive. They're led out by an incredible score through the air and on the ground. He was picked 53rd back in 2020. It's Jalen Hurts.
He just missed that Super Bowl a couple years ago, but Hurts and those Eagles, they got it last year, Kate. And remember, he was the MVP in that win. And kind of like he was all season, he's just a stabilizing force. He makes people around him better, and he's a Super Bowl champ to boot.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Throw right side, caught by Smith. And on 1st down, no place to go here. They're going to take him out about a yard behind the line.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Here's Hurts. Too much lead on that throw. That falls incomplete ahead of his target.
That's a throw at this level. With so much speed and length, you got to be real careful. Rarely do you find a clean window down the middle. Got to be absolutely perfect, and it wasn't there.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Third and long. They're going to throw. He's out near midfield and still going. And he's finally stopped across midfield at the 47. They get 23 on that one. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
That's good for an Eagles 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
The numbers are pretty clear, Kate. You get explosive plays. Those explosive plays on drives lead to points. You can't ask for a better start offensively.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. And again, here's Hurts. This one snagged by Dallas Goedert. He does it! Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles take a 6-0 lead right away. Dallas Goedert, the touchdown! Well, Brock, this was the type of start we expected, right? Given the lopsided matchup we've got, now it's up to their opponents to start giving them a challenge. Keep this one competitive.
Easier said than done, and you know that, Kate, playing as severe underdogs on the road, how they respond on this next drive is going to be really telling for the direction this game goes.
Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
7, Raiders nothing.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff.
For Philadelphia.
Dylan Laube on the return. And He's brought down just inside the 25. So out head the Raiders for their first possession. And leading them out, you and I have both covered this guy, Brock, a veteran drafted back in 2013, coming off a career high in passing yards last season. It's Geno Smith.
The biggest mistake he can make here is letting his offense get suckered into trying and matching the pace while the opposition just set. Even if it's a quick score to begin the game, he's got to have the poise and the patience here to run the opening script they've planned for all week long. Play your game and not let the circumstances dictate and force your hand early.
And first carry here for Ashton Genty. And they're going to bring him down just a moment before he's able to break it across midfield. It's a gain of 22. And that's a Vegas first down.
I can assure you of one thing. That carry just brought some extra work in the opening quarter. You couldn't script that run any better.
Great start to this drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. A play fake. Now Smith to throw. And he can't escape this. The Eagles take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't. They call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Smith. It's a screen play to Genty. Breaks a tackle. He's still going. And he works it forward to the 43-yard line. It was Reed Blankenship making the stop.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet, but this is kind of good on good. An offense gets a completion, not going backwards, and the defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
Here he goes, third and long. He puts some air under it, deep down the left. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. So no initial clapback, at least not immediately. Gonna have to play from a deficit for at least a little while as that opening drive stalls out.
And your hope here offensively is that deficit remains unchanged when you get the ball back the next time, because you do not want to be looking 2 scores down to start this one out.
Brings it in at the 12. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. The Eagles about set to get going for their second drive. And so far, they've executed exactly how they drew it up, Brock. Early lead, no points allowed, and a chance now to seize control of the game on their second possession.
And Kate, generally, offenses love to script their first 10 to 15 plays. Well, this entire game script is playing out just the way they want to.
All right, working from the gun to start. First and 10. They'll start this series with an option left. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
I can promise you, that's not what it looked like on the practice field, nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that, but let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
They run it with Saquon Barkley. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means third down coming up. That one felt kind of counterintuitive there, Brock. They load up the line with that extra blocking, and then the run goes out to the edge anyway.
That's right. You put 2 tight ends on the field, yeah, you can live with a stalemate. It's hard to move people in the NFL, but you do not want to go backwards.
Option play. They give it to Barkley. They're holding strong here. The defense gets him at the line. That's going to bring up fourth down.
Fair or unfair, I sit in a little bit of a judgment seat next to you up here, Kate, and I got to judge that one. That tells me that coach trusts his defense more than he does his offense in that situation.
So fourth down, on heads, Braden Mann for the punt. Back deep for the Raiders, Trey Tucker. Signaling fair catch, and he takes it in at the 37. Now for the second time this game, we get a look at the Raiders' offense. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Smith. Short pass brought in. And he will wind up out of bounds after a first down gain of right around 3 yards.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd down now, they need 7. Out of the gun, here's Smith. Hits his running back. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
Las Vegas.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Running from the pistol here with Jency. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
Really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast. But he was patient, he was explosive, and he got a nice little gain on the ground.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. First give of the game here to Raheem Mostert. Pop behind the line here on 2nd down, which is only going to make things tougher for this 3rd down coming up. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
Throwing on 3rd, Smith. Throwing for the back of the end zone. Oh, again, it looks like a pick, but they drop it. A chance to steal it away in the end zone, but they just can't finish the play.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
The Raiders bringing out the punting unit. Back deep for the Eagles is Jahan Dotson. And this is marked out all the way down at the 6. They'll be dangerously close to their own goal line for this series. The Eagles ready to set up shop on offense. And their goal is going to be doubling that 7-0 lead they have so far. Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. We put a receiver in motion left. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. He'll cobble together a yard there. Jeremy Chin there on the stop.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play that just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer, find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. Over the middle and complete to Goddard. And he's going to have this up just a little bit shy of the 20. They gain 11 on that play, and that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
First down, a run with Barkley. He surges ahead for 5. Make it 2nd down.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
First down run, nabs him 5, now 2nd and 5. They go to Barkley again. He's close, but he is stopped before he can get to that first down. Picks up 4.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
Here we go. Goal line formation coming out on 3rd and inches. It's a sneak, Hurts. And they're going to down him by contact as they've got enough for a new set of downs.
That's good.
That may not look like much, but that is a confidence builder for quarterback and offensive line in particular. When you know you can push the pile on third down on a sneak and get a first down, you may have to come back to that in a bigger moment in this one later.
Barkley off the pistol give. And they're going to have this up at the 44-yard line as they haul him down. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
That's another Eagles first down.
Danger, Kate. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
Going to the ground again on first. No repeat success of that last run as he only is able to get back to the line on this play.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
At the 44-yard line.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Here's another carry for Barkley. And 2nd down only works out for a yard.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
9th play of the drive coming up. They need 8 yards here on 3rd down. They'll throw 3rd and long. Taking a chance to the end zone. And he will score. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles pull out in front further, 13-zip. A.J. Brown, the touchdown.
A receiver this skilled, well, he's got every route in his back pocket, but sometimes simple is better. No complicated cuts, no double moves. You just go run right by him.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles drive out to an early 14-0 lead.
Raiders nothing.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Laube with the return. He stopped on the run back at the 27. The Raiders have their offense back out there. And they're hoping they can keep the punter off the field this time around, Brock, after he's been called upon each of their first 2 possessions. First call here coming from the shotgun. First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. And he's taken down just a couple of yards shy of the 40. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
When they draw up these plays for the quarterback, these are the type of results they're expecting, Kate. Something that could tear a hole in the defense, move the chains, and just as importantly, and maybe most importantly, put a seed of doubt and thought into that defensive mind that the QB can run at any time.
And off to Genty. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
The only thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. From the gun, Smith. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Those windows over the middle, the congestion, just the mass of people. If you're not on time and on target, you're not going to find a completion, especially on that down and distance.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Throw here, third down. Finds him on the crossing route. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Raiders are going to have a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
First and 10 now. Here's Smith. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Looking for Tyler Lockett on that play. And now they face second down.
It's been plays like that that have kept this game scoreless, and they can't execute. It will continue to do so.
Second down, still 10 to go after that incomplete pass. Smith yet again. Caught. Trey Tucker makes the play. And they're on him quickly there after that catch, so the game's going to be to the 34-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Raiders first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Smith on first down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
And again, it's Smith. Dumps it off to his running back. Space to the left. And he's finally taken down at the 3. And even 20 yards on the play, and it awards them with a first and goal.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
White will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Pressure comes. Smith put him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! But I believe a Raider covered that one, so the Raiders hang on to possession. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security than that.
They dodged the turnover, but still third and pretty long. They've got to figure out. Third and long for him here. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
So now on fourth down, the Raiders elected to send Daniel Carlson out for the field goal. This is going to be a 32-yarder from the left hash. Carlson's kick is good. And that gets him back to within 11.
Anytime you start sniffing that red zone and you don't score 6, you only come away with 3 points. Not what you were looking for on the call sheet.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Gibson now to return. And this drive will start inside the 25. Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Zone read give here to Barkley. Well, he continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain.
The tackle by Jeremy Chin. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 24-yard line.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Hurts now from the gun. He's going to waft this deep down the left sideline. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
That's a pretty cool look right there of the kind of coverage you're going to see when you play man-to-man. On that down and distance, you've got to be sharp on the outside. That DB certainly was.
So after that prior incompletion, it's 3rd down. They'll air it out on 3rd. This one's caught. Smith has it. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. An excellent gain. 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Connects on the crosser. And this is through the midfield stripe and onto the Raiders' side of the field.
I think the defense is still turned around looking for where the ball is. Because that QB and tight end, they got that ball out in a hurry.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2. They will not get another playoff. We're at the end of 1. The scoreboard reads 14-3. We'll return to the link right after this. Ready now for our 2nd quarter. The Eagles have the football. They're looking at 2nd and pretty short. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. And that's good for a couple of yards. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
1st and 10 now from the 46. They go play fake with Hurts. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass. Devontae Smith, the intended target. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Hurts. Hits him on the in route. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, with out routes or in routes just like that.
Hurts with it on 3rd and short. Finds the in route complete. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Gain on the play. That's another Eagles 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
And again, here's Hurts. That's complete to the sideline. Not a ton of room, but he does get the feet down.
Out of bounds at the 32-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Hurts throwing again. He's got Smith again. And a gain only about 2 before he heads out. That means they're going to face 3rd down.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Nickel set here from the Raiders. Third down. It's Hurts once again. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Couldn't connect with Dallas Goedert. And they're up against it. Fourth down coming up. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it. You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff.
To kick off for Philadelphia.
Zamir White on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25.
The Raiders take over.
The Raiders and running back Ashton Genty headed back out there. And he sure has proven to be a handful for him, grabbing their attention as a runner, but actually doing a good bit of damage as part of the team's passing game, too. The Las Vegas offense is set. First and 10. First play is going to be a give to Genty. And this is brought to a stop up at, let's say, the 34-yard line there. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a Vegas first down.
Simply put, Kate, that is a drive starter extraordinaire.
And a Las Vegas first down.
So they'll head up here, first and 10 from the 34. Out of the gun, here's Smith. Into the hands of Tucker, complete. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
This really isn't a route designed for a lot of yards, Kate. You're just trying to get a small handful and move on to the next down. Stay in rhythm. And anytime you can work some magic after the catch and stretch it out, those are welcome bonus yards.
Smith in the pistol. Finds him over the middle. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
That's another Las Vegas first down. A gain of 19
Why in the heck do you need 2 or 3 plays when you can get it done in one effective call right there? Go from first down to first down, exactly the tempo offenses love.
They've got first down here from the 36. Shotgun snap to Smith. He gets this to Michael Mayer. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. The big play nets him 17 yards. And the Raiders are going to have a first down. Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. It almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
Give some credit to the defense on that one. We don't see him get fooled into making the wrong read very often in the RPO. That's why the RPO, in fact, is part of their game to begin with. He normally makes the right call. He didn't do it there.
From the gun, Smith. Rolling left, buying some time. And he's going to get down safely. Picked up close to 6. Nice call on his part there, but it does leave them now with a third down.
Well, this is in every quarterback's tool belt. Even the ones not regarded as the best movers and shakers. But, Kate, to play QB in the league today, you've got to be able to do this. If you've got nobody open, still get some positive yards with your legs.
Smith on third and short. That's complete. Here's Thornton. And he's going to have enough for the first down. Not by much, but he got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a first and goal.
And a Raider first down. First down, Las Vegas.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Genty has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Ball at the 2 here for 2nd and goal. Mostert trying to punch it in. And the defense wins this rep. That's stopped at the line, and now they've got 3rd and goal. Well, we're going to pause here, and for good reason. One of the Raiders was injured on that play and is being tended to. Offense is getting closer, but 2 yards left to figure out. It's 3rd and goal. Throwing from the gun here. And he brings it in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders make it a 1-score game in the first half. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Daniel Carlson on for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Raiders chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Raiders 10.
And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Tank Bigsby here with the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. Now the Eagle offense headed back out to the field. And they were able to contribute 3 points to the lead their last time out. Another chance to build on that advantage here. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10.
Tighten up.
Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. And he's tackled for no gain.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it.
2nd and 10.
They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. 2nd down coming up.
2nd and 10. Need something positive here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Just cannot afford right here, Kate, to go 3 and out. Not when you watched your counterpart score a touchdown. Got to cling to that lead and find a way to convert this 3rd down. It's a big one. And cut off some of the mojo from the other side.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. He's going to loft one deep to the left. It is caught at the 20. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles take a 13-point lead. A.J. Brown, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game.
I know you got to mix your looks defensively. You just can't play all zone coverage, and sometimes you got to play man-to-man. But with the receiver, with that kind of speed, that is scary, and he just made him pay.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles double their lead to 14.
24, Raiders 10. Jake Elliott to kick off.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's White on the return. And this will give him some decent field position here, partner. And this gets out to the 30. The Raiders back on offense, led out by Geno Smith. They were able to say mission accomplished on their last series, finding that end zone. But the work, well, it starts all over again right now.
And you know this, Kate, from our years together of doing this. I'm a firm believer of call it till they stop it. It doesn't mean you have to innovate right away. Call the same plays until they stop them, because they proved last drive they couldn't.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First play of the drive. Here's Mostert. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Smith. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And it'll be 3rd down coming up after this defense's 3rd sack of the game.
I know quarterbacks get paid a lot of money and a lot of glamour in this league, but today, well, this is a tough day for this QB. He's taken a beating. And whether it means changing up some of the blocking schemes, maybe mixing in a little bit of run, or heck, this quarterback getting the ball out of his hand more quickly, he's got to start protecting himself.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Putting a receiver in motion. Smith on 3rd and long. It's complete. This is Bowers. And he has this to the opposing 35.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Now Smith taking off with it. Fights off the tackle, but he lost the ball. He left the ball behind. But I believe a Raider covered that one, so they'll luckily hang on to possession. Well, you don't like to see the fumble, but hey, at least they were able to be the ones to recover it, and they keep possession.
Yeah, and I think the key there was to stay calm through the chaos. Cooler heads prevailed and got him the ball back.
Smith back to throw. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
That was pretty cool right there. I mean, that is an underrated effort on that play from his target, hustling and bustling his way to make sure he was in the neighborhood of that throw. So the Zebras, they couldn't penalize the throwaway.
Throwing on 3rd, Smith. Completed over the middle. Good job defensively here to contain the pass. This is going to be 4th down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
All right, down a couple of scores. They want a bigger swing than just 3. They're going for this. This is Genty. This one loses yardage and loses possession. He's stopped behind the line. They're turning this over on downs.
You know, Kate, it's almost like the defense was in the offensive huddle before the play. They dialed up the perfect blitz to encircle and cut off that run, and the reward is they get off the field.
The Eagles and A.J. Brown getting set for another look on offense here. And all that's needed here, Brock, is some repeat execution from that last series. Of course, gotta expect the defense has made some adjustments after giving up that touchdown.
And that is the beauty of this game we love so much, those back and forth adjustments on the sidelines. And can this offense do what it did a drive ago? And that is stay one play ahead of their defensive foes.
Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10. They'll start this one out with Barkley. Oh, man, nothing for him again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game as this one's quickly mopped up, too.
27-yard line.
New set of downs is not off to a real good start here, Kate. And I know every yard counts in this league, but that lone yard, it's not going to really change what they're thinking about doing here on 2nd down.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Motioning the tight end left. Hurts now from the gun. Hauled in by Goddard, left side. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. They got 21 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia 1st down.
Just about every defensive coordinator worth his salt says two things in every production meeting. Number one, well, we got to stop the run. And number two, we got to take away the tight end. Well, good luck doing that. Defending a big guy who can move like that, it's a lot easier to talk about than to go out and execute.
And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
As quarterback, when you have an out route versus man coverage, you're just hoping and just praying your offensive guy could turn the hips of that defender. And once you see that, you got to cut it loose and let it go, just as they did right there.
Just a yard left to go on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He's got a man left, and he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
Look up contested catch in the football dictionary, and you'll see that. I mean, I can't critique the defense there. They're in the hip pocket of that tight end. But these contested catches, these tight ends that can separate with their hands, utilize their body, even when you're covered, you're not.
On 1st down, Hurts. Knocked away, that's going to be incomplete. Defender there, and that brings up 2nd down.
A small little jab there, finally landed by the defense, able to break up one of these passes, but let's be real. We know who's been landing the heavy punches all game long. Looks like they're going to keep being aggressive too, Kate. I love that. Stay on the gas.
Hurts yet again. Caught by Dotson on the slant. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
7th play of the drive. They've been moving it well. This is 3rd and 6. They'll air it out on 3rd. That's caught for the 1st. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
A gain of 10 yards. That's another Eagles 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
As a quarterback, when you throw that curl route, you know it's a tight window, Kate. But the minute that DB turns and can't react to the throw, you put it right on your receiver's numbers. He comes back and gets it and moves the sticks.
Barkley trying this up the gut. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
The Raiders' 25-yard line.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. He's got it near the 10. And we might be close to this lead growing again. That play gives him a 1st and goal.
Not met many receivers in my life that don't love the spotlight, but you got to earn your place there. The easy way to do it, catches just like that, going up into double coverage and making the play anyway.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone on 1st. That one connects. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
Oftentimes, play calling's like chess. You got to have just the right move. And in this case, well, that is checkmate. That's a crossing route versus man coverage. Just the right choice, and they got a completion out of it.
The entire playbook is open here, Brock. It is 2nd and inches. On the handoff, it's Barkley. Watching the goal line, but he won't reach it. The defense keeps him out and forces 3rd and goal.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd and less than a yard.
So 3rd down and about a yard ahead as we've reached our 2-minute warning. The Eagles with the lead here at the Link. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Running is Barkley. And this is going to end behind the line, Brock. A great stop down in close. Now let's see if they want to risk it here on 4th and goal.
A loss of 2 yards.
And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. In close, they're going to pass on that field goal. They're going for it. A touchdown and a 1st down, both on the table. Hurts now on 4th. No good. The pass goes incomplete, and that lengthy drive ends with nothing but a turnover on downs.
Well, 99% of what they did was excellent. Right play call, good route, great throw. Just needed to make that catch. That's a situation you expect your guys to convert every time.
Raiders just about ready for this one. It's 1st and 10. Straight ahead with Genty. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
In truth, Kate, kind of felt like he was lucky to get what he got right there. The pressure from this defense to go get that safety, it was on. And that same pressure, well, they're not going to back down here on 2nd down as well.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Man in motion here. Out of the gun, here's Smith. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
As a defense, you got to see the pass. You got to time up your hit, and you got to jar that ball loose. Not a lot of offensive players are hanging on to that one through a well-placed hit.
Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down. To the air on 3rd and long. Downfield, and he finds Besh. And this winds up being an excellent play for him from deep in their own territory, up approaching that 30-yard line. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down.
Gosh, that is so demoralizing defensively. You do everything right, you draw it up right, you got double coverage, and yet you still can't take the ball away.
1st and 10 now. Here's Smith. Looking slant route, complete. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Smith's gonna throw again. He's keeping it. They strike for 23 yards. And that's a Vegas 1st down. A timeout taken by Vegas. That's its 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
1st and 10 from the 43. Shotgun snap to Smith. He's keeping it again. He takes this forward a little to about the 39. That's Nolan Smith there for the stop.
The positive of that effort, he didn't go backwards, didn't have a negative play. If there was a negative, you didn't get a whole lot done with your legs. Got to be more efficient now on 2nd down.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Timeout is called, just 4 seconds, and we would assume, Brock, 1 play remaining in this half. Daniel Carlson out to try this Raiders field goal. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. Has the distance, but headed well left. No good. And that's going to keep the difference at 14 points.
Well, once you get out beyond 50 yards, everything in the process has got to be perfect. It's a good effort, but it's going to wind up off the mark.
Here's the final play of our first half. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he has a decent gain on what's going to be the final play of the half. So a two-score game here at the break. Some work to be done as we get ready for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Scott Hanson. Scott?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hanson and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thanks so much, Scott. Appreciate the update as always. And welcome back, everyone. Third quarter about to get underway. Got a two-score ball game here as we resume play. Elliott's all set for the kickoff.
For Philadelphia.
Here's White on the return. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. The Vegas offense ready to start this third quarter. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half too as they chase this lead. The Las Vegas offense is set. First and 10. They'll start this series with an option left. Continuing to move past the 45. 30 into the red zone. And he will haul it in for the Vegas touchdown. The Raiders cut into the lead coming out of halftime. Geno Smith with a touchdown. My partner up here is pumping his fist after that one. That is how you run an option as a quarterback. Good read to hang on to it and do it himself.
Yeah, because I could never do that, not even close. But when the defense overplays and you run that option, you get that good 2-on-1, more times than not, they will commit to the more dangerous guy, the running back. But you leave a lane, this quarterback can do some damage as well.
Carlson to tack on the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Raiders chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Raiders 17.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Bigsby with the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Eagles and A.J. Brown getting set for another look on offense here. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. Eagles getting ready. Here comes first and 10. They're going to go with Barkley on the counter. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
Brought down
So many of the D tackles in the league today, Kate, at some point in their background were edge rushers before they maybe outgrew that position. But they've got an explosiveness, a get-off, and it leads to stops like that.
Gave away a couple on the first down run. Now it's going to be 2nd and 12. Hurts. Now he's hit. Hurts fumbles. And the Raiders get to it. And they stop him before he gets much on the return. Well, where one defender failed, Brock, another succeeded. He shook free of that first tackle, but the next guy not only made that hit, but knocked it loose as well.
Kate, as we saw when he broke that first tackle, he can absorb a shot, right? He's got great, what they call contact balance to absorb it and keep going. But that second hit, well, that drove the ball free and leads to this takeaway.
Now the Raider offense headed back to the field. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you can go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Shotgun give here to Genty. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
Kate, you know exactly what term I think of in a spot like this. Sticking his face in the fan. Because there are a lot of bigger bodies for a corner to sort through right there in the middle of the field. But he still charged in, made that stop happen, and I promise you, his teammates notice.
They've got a man in motion. This is Genty on second. Defender gets to him right around the line. It's going to be marked as no gain. So, Brock, that means 3rd down coming up.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
Digging deep in the playbook here, and this is 3rd and 11. Throw here, 3rd down. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
There's not a quarterback alive that enjoys throwing it away on 3rd down. But that's a good case right there of live to play another day. Live to play another series and don't put the ball in harm's way.
A 33-yard attempt.
Carlson's kick is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
It's kind of a weird feeling, right? You know that you capitalized on the turnover and you technically scored points, but when you look up at that scoreboard, had to do more with that takeaway.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Bigsby with the return. He dodged the tackle. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. The Eagles and A.J. Brown getting set for another look on offense here. And he has kept his pace up in the second half. His quarterback more than happy to keep throwing it his way, considering what he's been able to do with his looks all game. Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10. They'll send him over right. First down, a run with Barkley. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard.
Well, now this defense is in the driver's seat, Kate, right? When you make a stop like that on 1st down, now it's your discretion of just how aggressive you want to be following that play up.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Hurts looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And this one does not go far.
Number 11, A.J. Brown. A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 7.
Third down, Raiders going with some dime coverage here. Third and long, they're going to throw. Finds Barkley underneath. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
A 7-yard
7 yards on that pickup.
That's good.
And that's good for an Eagles first down.
First down.
Every time I see one of those angle routes, I think back to my day one install. Rookie minicamp in the NFL. Texas, angle route. 49ers of the 80s, they were making hay with it then, and the running back's still doing it to this day.
Hurts gets it out wide, complete. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line.
Out of bounds at the 43-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 now. Hurts throwing again. Diving forward, and he makes the catch. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
This is one of those plays you're going to see on tape this week, I guarantee you. Not because of the catch, but because of the effort. Lays out and brings in the off-target throw.
1st and 10 now from the 46. It's Hurts once again. Short pass brought in. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
You put up the combine times of tight ends running a 40-yard dash, and they certainly don't run as fast as the safeties or the corners in this league. But when you get them going in the right direction and you get them dragging across the field like that, well, they could still do their damage.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. And again, here's Hurts. Completed left side to Smith. And he's hauled out of bounds as he takes this down to the 30.
A gain of 10 yards.
They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Hurts now from the gun. Completed over the middle. And he drives it forward to maybe the 27. He landed Roberts coming over for the hit.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 27-yard line.
2nd down now. They need 7. Hurts yet again. That's Dotson with a catch out right. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
3rd and just 2 to go. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. And they're turned away on 3rd and short. Actually might have lost a yard. And that's going to bring up 4th down.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
He's back to throw. Complete out to the right. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. The right call at the right time, Brock. Give him 9 and a successful conversion on 4.
That's good for an Eagles.
Well, they got him down before he could do any more damage in terms of yards. That's no easy job, mind you, tackling a big tight end. But the main damage had already been done. He kept this drive going by getting beyond the line to gain.
Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. And it's another first down on this drive. Man, this time they're into 1st and goal.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Breaking the huddle, here's 1st and goal. Barkley has the the Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles now lead by 10. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles drive their lead to 11.
Eagles 31, Raiders 20. Jake
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Laube with the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25. The Raiders back on offense, led out by Geno Smith. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Raiders just about ready for this one. It's 1st and 10. Giving this to Gentry. And they will finally catch up to him just a second before he could reach that 40. That's 16 on the pickup. And the Raiders are going to have a first down.
Raider first down.
Kate, a run like that, just everybody gets to breathe. Things become so much easier when you start a drive with momentum like that.
Play action. Here's Smith. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's a Vegas first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
1st and 10 from the 43. Counter give to Gentry. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got 2nd and 11.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. From the gun, Smith. Finds him on the crossing route. And this is going to get him into the red zone. He's at the 18-yard line. A gain of 26 yards there. And the Raiders are going to have a first down.
That's another Las Vegas.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Smith on first down. It's a screen play to Gentry. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
1st and goal, they go option. And he won't get in. The daylight was there for just a second, but it closed just in time to keep him out. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Well, hold on a sec. We've got an Eagle hurting pretty good out there, and they're going to head out to look at him. Another chance to get that lone yard. Here's 2nd and goal. play fake. Now Smith to throw. Throw reeled in by Mayer. Touchdown, Vegas. The Raiders shrinking the lead some in the third. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Here we go. Pete Carroll getting his offense set to try for two.
The Raiders will line up for the two-point conversion.
They'll try to run it in. He's almost there, but no, they stop him at the last moment. He's going to be just inches shy of that two-point conversion.
26.
That came right up to the doorstep of success. Nice play, though, to make some contact and stop him a yard shy of the conversion.
Yeah, these defenders, they just want to get to that next play. After you give them a touchdown, even if it's not their fault, right? Snap and clear. And that hyper-focus and extra motivation led them to sniffing out that call and being able to react just in the nick of time.
So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Bigsby with the return. Escapes the defender. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Eagles and Saquon Barkley ready to take over once again. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. But that's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
So gain of 5 on that 1st down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on 2nd. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Back to throw, Hurts. This one's caught, Smith has it. And they'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Eagles, 1st down.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
1st and 10 from the 43. They run it with Saquon. Well, he danced away from one tackle, but unable to dance away from the rest of the defense. No gain on that play.
Made at the 44-yard line. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
You know, he might complete 99 out of 100 of those short, simple routes to the tight ends. Even the shortest and simplest of throws, well, it's due to end up in a drop at some point.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. Raiders closing in, and down he goes. And this defense makes the stop in a big way to bring up 4th down.
You know, when we watch the Combine each and every single year, I hope you get good enough to understand as a football fan, Watch the big guy's first 10 yards. Don't watch the ends and the linemen run 40. Watch their first 10, because that's the most critical. And that defensive end showed you right there the kind of explosive burst in the first few yards to get home for the big sack.
The Eagles are in punt formation. Braden Mann will kick it away. And the fair catch made here at the 15. The Raiders back on offense, led out by Geno Smith. They have been automatic scoring in this quarter, and yet another opportunity to do so here. The Las Vegas offense is set. 1st and 10. First play is going to be a give to Genty. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back, because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Out of the gun, here's Smith. Good play on the football defensively. He knocks it away, and that's going to bring up 3rd down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets 2. It could have gone the other way.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Throw here, 3rd down. He puts some air under it, deep down the left. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
You know, Kate, with the game that they've put together, it's surprising to see them really run into any hiccups when they appear. They move the ball very well throughout, just unsuccessful on that 3rd down.
And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Eagles about set to go on offense. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Finds him over the middle. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
I wish everybody had the opportunity to feel how fast that decision is made. With that RPO, it is a split second. And when you make the incorrect read, well, the play's busted up before it ever has a chance to start.
Hurts looking to throw. Right back to Goddard, and he's got it. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Third and 6 for them to figure out now. They'll air it out on 3rd. He lobs this one up, looking deep to the right side. Tries to lob that one up, and it's intercepted. And the Raiders will have the football shy of the 20-yard line. Great team defense here. Got to him right as he was about to let that football fly, Brock, and the hit leads to a pick by their safety.
And an easy pick at that one, Kate. Not take anything away from who actually intercepted it, but that turnover was all about the guys up front.
Yep.
And one thing I love about today's game and analytics, we got more than just sacks. We get QB pressures, we get QB hits, because we've seen the impact they can have, an impact that was felt right there with that INT.
Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10. Thornton's the receiver in motion left. Genty from the gun. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
He was taken down
On these 1st and 10 calls, defenses are always keyed in that a run might be coming their way. And as soon as the QB turned to give the ball, the entire defense came crashing in to bury them for a loss.
Run lost him a yard to begin the drive. Here comes 2nd and 11. Now Smith taking off with it. And they'll still have some work to do now on 3rd down as he only manages to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Nice little welcoming party waiting for him at the line of scrimmage. No surprises that time. This defense was ready.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. And they'll throw 3rd and long. It's complete. This is Bowers. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play.
Pass interference. Defense.
So the flag not necessary, Brock. He made the catch anyway, and they're going to take that yardage instead. The interference penalty is declined.
Really a testament to his focus throughout that play. It's one thing to catch balls in practice or on air or even 7-on-7, but to do it through violence, through aggression, through interference on the other side, that typically is what separates the good from the great receivers in this league.
Connects on the crosser. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
That wasn't going anywhere else on that play. It's one of the ones called specifically for the tight end because they know he's able to get a good release off that play action, and then he gets himself in space to do some damage.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, partner, from the 45. Play fake. Here's Smith. Hauled in. Again, it's Bowers. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. 3 quarters in the books from this one. It's Raiders football, and they'll need to get to work. They're trailing here late. So they'll head up here, 1st and 10 from the 34. Again, it's Smith to the air. That's him on the quick hitter. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
That's another Las Vegas 1st down. 1st and 10.
I don't care how good a secondary you are, how loaded you are with talent. When you've got time to allow a receiver to work from one side of the field all the way to the other versus zone coverage, well, you're going to make a defense pay.
They go play action. Here's Smith. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
After the incompletion, they come up on 2nd and 10. Smith's gonna throw again. And he brings it in. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders take a 4th quarter lead. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that second one far bigger than his first when you just look at the game circumstances. Puts them in front here in the second half and puts a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
They're going to try for 2. Smith getting his Raiders set.
The Raiders will line up for the 2-point conversion.
All right, they're going to throw for it. And it falls incomplete. Can't make that pass work, so as a result, they will not be able to push their new lead to a field goal. Okay, Brock, dialing up another 2-point call. And you remember when your friends didn't have a voicemail and it would just ring and ring and ring? It's still ringing. Falls short again of reaching that end zone.
Yeah, this defense is not doing very good between the 20s or even in the red zone, but they do find a way to rise up. This is always my challenge with being super aggressive, is why give that defense something to feel good about coming off the field after you put 6 on the board?
Carlson all set now for the kickoff.
For Las Vegas.
Gibson now to return. This makes it up to the 25. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. Philadelphia settled and ready. It's 1st and 10. From the pistol, Hurts finds Barkley underneath. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They'll bring a tight end in motion right. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped. A 6-yard gain on the play. And that'll be good for a Philadelphia first down.
Eagles first down.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
First down throwing for Hurts. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
I'm not going to lie. I know they got a completion, and completions, you never turn them down. But to make that throw for those yards into double coverage, that is way too much risk for that reward.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Hits him on the out route. Gain of about 8 here. Nice pickup, but he stopped a second before he could move those chains.
Kate, if there was one throw in the game plan that kept me up at night more than any other, it was an out route versus zone coverage. Because you got to throw it with anticipation, but you also got to make sure those defenders' eyes aren't reading you like a book.
It's a sneak, Hurts. And he's going to be touched down as he gets him enough to pick up the first down.
It's a gain of 2. And an Eagles.
It's about the simplest play in the playbook, and they execute it like it was drawn up. That push gets them the first down.
Football's on the 48. Here we go. First down. Hurts to throw. It's a screen to Barkley. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
At the Raiders' 43-yard line.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Hurts gets it out wide, complete. And this play's nearly going to reach that 25-yard line. Defender there to take him out just short of it.
16 yards.
He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. But as I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check down yards.
Handoff headed right, Barkley. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
Some offenses, well, they prefer to go run in that RPO situation. It's a safer call, a little more conservative. But in this case, it gets him just as many yards as a short completion would have.
5 still to go here. This is 2nd down. Hurts tucks it, starts running. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first.
It's a gain of 11. That's good for an Eagles first down.
Had to be a missed assignment somewhere on that play, and the QB capitalizes with an excellent gain. There's got to be an adjustment made, so even when the QB keeps it himself on the read option, that gain is minimized.
Barkley trying this up the gut. Bounce outside, yields a little bit there, about 3 yards. That's going to bring up second down.
He was brought down at the 8-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's another carry for Barkley. Well, a lot of effort there, partner, but no results. He fought through that one stop, but only managed to get back to the line of scrimmage.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Third and long for him here. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended target. So that brings up 4th and long.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and third downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, the coach wants to see them convert those.
A 26-yard attempt.
Kicked well, and this is good! And they take the lead in the 4th quarter.
Well, I tell you what, you get to this time of the game, you've got to have that reliable kicker on the sideline to turn things over to. That's the definition of clutch right there as they take the lead.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Laube with the return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Time for the Raiders offense to hit the field. And after watching their passing attack take them the length of the field last drive, Brock, I expect we're probably going to see a heavy dose of the aerial attack again here. All right, working from the gun to start. 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Smith. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play.
That is some serious defensive urgency that really does, Kate, match the situation we're in. This is a one-score game. Even though they have gotten after this quarterback all game long, they know they can't let up now.
After the sack could really use a big play here on 2nd down. It's 2nd and 15. From the gun, Smith. On target to Thornton. And they send him out of bounds as he gets this to the opposing 45. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
I love this, Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field because they know at any time when this man touches the ball, he could transform a short completion into a big play.
And go play fake here with Smith. It is caught left side. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Smith to the air now. Dialing up a receiver screen. And this is going to make it down to the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
So many times, Kate, when I see these receiver screens, I think punt return. It's like a punt return. On punt return, it's all about those blocks. The returner's got to catch it, and he's got to feel those blockers in front of him. It's no different on a big play like this with the wide receiver screen.
Hand off to Genty. And he'll gain about 7 on this one as he gets him down into the red zone.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
After that little 8-yard scoot, here comes 2nd and 2. Besh going in motion left. We give here to the motion man. Fighting for all he can, partner, but this play is not going to get past the line. It's going to be 3rd down.
On the tackle. A loss of a yard on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Shotgun snap to Smith. That finds Besh, complete. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
15 yards on the play. That's another Raiders 1st down. 1st and goal, Raiders.
Now, they've certainly got the field goal in their back pocket, but they're going to try for the touchdown first here and goal to go. Here's Genty. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Raiders take a 4th quarter lead.
Touchdown!
So that, Brock, an important score here as they move out in front.
You know, Kate, this is the time of the game where fatigue starts to set in every once in a while, but that right there was a determined-looking drive. They were not going to be denied and able to score and take the lead.
Carlson now to add one more.
Point after.
Right down the middle, it's good. And the Raiders jump in front now by 5.
39, Eagles 34.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff.
For the Raiders.
Bigsby with the return. And this drive will start inside the 25.
First and 10.
Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. And this pressure has been playing volleyball in this 4th quarter, partner. That touchdown just served it over their way. Now they need a touchdown to return serve, put it back on the other sideline.
Yeah, I like what you did there, and I'll keep the analogy going. We're in the final set, and it almost feels now like a must-score drive.
First call here coming from the shotgun. Drive starts with a quick throw left, complete. And the defense waiting for him at the line, and he goes down.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 25-yard line.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Yet another grab for Goddard. And it's a quality effort here as he's pushed out right along the 40. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Right back to Goddard, and he's got it. And he's forced out of bounds after picking up about 7.
There's no question, Kate, that the big plays down the seam or will make tight ends a fan favorite, but it's those type of catches right there. The short yardage, it gets good coverage, contested catches that really make tight ends a locker room favorite.
On the handoff, it's Barkley. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on second down.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
To the line, here's 3rd and 3.
Hey, we gotta switch it up, we gotta switch it up, we gotta switch it up.
Hurts now from the gun. Pass complete to Goddard. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
A gain of 9 yards. That's good for an Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Markers are reset. Here we go. Ball at the 44. Here's Saquon. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is he put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Here's Hurts. Into heavy coverage, and that's intercepted. Jeremy Chin has got it. So it's been a bit of a mixed bag for him, partner. He does have the 3 touchdowns in this game, but also now a couple of interceptions.
You almost feel like, Kate, he's seeing most of the picture on how to attack this defense, but just not quite all of it yet. It's largely been good, as he said. Some nice touchdowns as well. But there's still a couple of these looks in coverage that are giving him problems, and he's got to figure that picture out.
The Raiders and running back Ashton Genty headed back out there. And they take the field in good but not great shape, Brock. They've got that lead, but no doubt they'd love to see it grow.
Yeah, and just having the lead does take some pressure off. It doesn't change the sense of urgency. It's always on tilt in the NFL, but it should allow them to operate a little more freely.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. First plays a design run. Only able to get back to the line on that first down play, so no gain.
You know, some positive yardage there, Kate, but just as important, they're mixing up their play calling, and they could very well be setting up the defense for a big play later.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Shotgun give here to Genty. And he's going to be bottled up just a few yards into that 2nd down run.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. He'll throw it. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end is.
And he nearly gets them into the red zone as he's down at the 22.
11 more yards.
Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
11 on the play. And the Raider first down.
So a new set of downs. Here we go. 1st and 10. Drawing up the design keeper. And some solid running here as he gets him 8 yards there into the red zone. Now before we reach the 2-minute warning, we've got a timeout. That's the second one used by the defense in this half.
Just a nice little reminder that this QB is more than a passer. They're going to call his number as a runner too, especially if these defenses don't account for it.
Nice run last play. Sets up 2nd and 2. Straight ahead with Genty. They stop him just in time. He got back to the line, but denied the yard they needed. Third down coming up. Now we get a pause, Brock, as the defense uses its final timeout, so the clock only going to stop again at our 2-minute warning. Third down and 2 here. The offense coming to the line for its 7th play of this drive. Back to Genty. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Now it looks like one of the Eagles is having some trouble out there and is in need of some assistance. On comes Daniel Carlson for a pretty important kick. A very short kick here from the right hash. Tracking for it, and it's good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a one-score ball game.
34.
As much as that can help them breathe just a little easier on the scoreboard, it doesn't take away now any of the tension this defense is feeling. They're going to need to step up, come through with a stop right here.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff.
Kickoff for Las Vegas.
Bigsby with the return. Jukes away from one. And in the end, Brock, a pretty exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The Eagles ready to set up shop on offense. Their last series sure was looking like points up until that interception, Brock. Hopefully they can move the ball similarly well as they take over here. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. He almost threw another one. Back-to-back throws now that should have been picked off, partner, as he continues making risky decisions with the football.
That's not going to show up as an interception on the stat sheet, but with all these next-level stats we have today, Kate, that's what you call a turnover-worthy play. And there have been way too many of them in this one.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Hurts. Underneath it goes. Catch made by the running back. This is close, but it looks like they got the stop in time. Yep, marked at the 40. And that brings up third down. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Eagles trail by 8. Here we go. 3rd and less than a yard. Back to throw it. And he's caught. He's got Brown. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. That play good for 17 and a first down.
17 yards. And an Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
I think one of my first welcome to the NFL moments, Kate, was my first rookie mini camp. And in the West Coast system, and Mike Holmgren, who taught like Bill Walsh, it wasn't just getting a completion, it was putting it right on the spot so the receiver could do damage like we just saw.
And it'll be 1st and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line.
Just about every offense since the beginning of time, since the forward pass, Kate, has loved a tight end that could stretch the middle of the field. Man, I remember as a kid watching Kellen Winslow Sr. dice up right here between the hashes, and what a difference it can make for an offense.
Here he is to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles cut it to just 2 late in the game. So there's part 1, Brock. They get the touchdown that they desperately needed. Now you'd imagine comes a try for 2.
Yeah, and this might be just as tough as to go get that touchdown they just did because, well, they work on 2-point conversions, but they're difficult. This is also a must-have, though, Kate, if they want to try and force overtime.
They knew what they had to do. First the touchdown, now a 2-point try to tie it.
The Eagles will set up for the 2-point.
They're going to try and run for it. And he's in for the 2-point conversion. And near the tail end of this game, we are all tied up. Crisis averted, Brock. They got the 2 and the tie, for now at least. It looks like they have staved off the L and forced themselves overtime.
Yeah, those 2 critical words you just said right there, for now, like for right now. But there's a lot more time on that clock than this defense would care to see. They got to step up. Offense just stepped up, got the 2-point conversion. Now defense, you got to respond to send this game to overtime.
Here's White on the return. Making some progress here. And an excellent effort there sets him up almost at midfield. The Raiders and running back Ashton Jeanty headed back out there. And his production is carried over into this second half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they placed upon him. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. And he hits the lane for 9 into enemy territory. And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Well, after a quality effort on the last play, just really need to fall forward here to pick up that first down. This is Jeanty on second. He dodged the tackle. It's a great extra effort to keep that run going for a nice gain. The timeout taken by Vegas. That's its second. And they're still going to have 1 left at their disposal.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Raiders.
To the line for a new set of downs, only a lone timeout at their disposal. Dash going in motion left. Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And a nice little run there gets him 5. Second down upcoming.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Giving this to Jeanty. And he will not get the first, but this is close. Looks like they're going to have about a yard at most to gain after he picked up 3. Third down.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 1.
So a timeout's taken, just 5 seconds left. And after the pause, we're going to see our last play of the game. So here's Daniel Carlson with the game in the balance. This will be a 44-yard look. That one is good. And barring the unexpected, that's going to be your game winner.
That field goal gives them the lead for the moment, Kate, but you don't feel comfortable when you look up at that scoreboard. This one isn't over, and that lead certainly isn't safe.
Carlson all set now for the kickoff.
The kickoff for the Raiders.
Return starts from the goal line. Escapes a defender. And he's brought down Brock, and that brings this ball game to a close. So it's a road win for the Raiders in this one. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it. So for Brock Heward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Raiders winners, as we say so long from Philadelphia.